Time now for the morning rush. A CYFD foster teen is speaking out this morning after she says that she and many others were forced to sleep on the floor of the CYFD offices because they didn't have a home for them. Well, the state then decided to move 14 of the teens to the Albuquerque Girls Reintegration Center, which usually houses juvenile criminals. CYFD says that they will no longer be housing foster teens at the center as of January 14th. A new survey of restaurants in the state shows that they are still struggling after nearly 2 years into the pandemic. Now, even though restaurants have seen improvement since late 2020, more than 60% of those surveyed said that the sales have not bounced back to pre-pandemic levels, according to the New Mexico Restaurant Association. A state official has pleaded guilty now to federal charges for fraudulently depositing taxpayer money into his own accounts. George Martinez was the chief of the questionable refund unit for the Tax and Rev Department. Investigators uncovered $700,000 worth of fraudulent transactions. He faces up to 32 years in federal prison. Erica.
Here's a look at the school day forecast. Temperatures this morning starting out pretty chilly. Be sure to wear those warm layers for the morning, but you'll be shedding layers this afternoon with mild high temps in the mid-50s.
The FBI is still looking for leads in a robbery at a Northeast Albuquerque bank. This is the man who they say made off with cash from the Wells Fargo at Eubank and Indian School yesterday afternoon. He was wearing a gray Echo hoodie and a blue Adidas cap. If you know who he is, call Crime Stoppers at 505-843-STOP. Starting next month, all mail addressed to New Mexico inmates will go to a facility in Florida first. The Corrections Department says that they've seen a surge in mail laced with drugs. The screening is expected to cost around $160,000 a year. Well, today is the one-year anniversary of the insurrection on the U.S. Capitol. Now, at the Capitol today, there will be vigils and moments of reflection. In an address to the nation, President Biden is set to speak to the importance of a peaceful transfer of power. Law enforcement expects no specific or credible threats to the Capitol today. Erica.
And here's a look at the threat index across the state. It's moderate for the frigid weather we're seeing in eastern New Mexico. Be sure to wear your warm winter layers if you are in the east because you can limit your chance for frostbite.
Well, the CDC is estimating around 95% of positive cases are related to the Omicron variant. Now, the good news is that health officials say that this strain of COVID may be easier to catch and so far is giving those infected less risk of severe symptoms. COVID-related deaths and hospitalizations are down, but still high. The CDC endorsed an extra shot of the Pfizer vaccine for those between 12 and 15 years old. Officials also are strengthening their recommendation for 16 and 17-year-olds to get the extra shot. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky says that this dose provides, quote, optimized protection against COVID-19 and the Omicron variant. Well, the APS School Board will have a first-of-its-kind look this morning. Courtney Jackson, Crystal Tapia Romero, Josefina Dominguez, and Danielle Gonzalez were sworn in last night. The 4 women join 3 women already serving on the 7-member panel, making for the district's first all-female Board of Education. Erica.
All right, let's get a look at the morning drive. Here's a check on the maps. They are looking clear. No accidents or slowdowns to tell you about. And Tracker is heading west on I-40 near the Big I. Things are moving right along there, and you don't have any weather issues this morning.
A teen science prodigy has now developed a new app that could revolutionize communication with the hearing impaired. 17-year-old Estrella Salazar of Mexico City has begun working on an application called Hands with Voice. Well, that app connects speakers with hearing users, allowing people to shift from Mexican Sign Language to text or voice. Stay with us. The 5 facts are coming up in 90 seconds. Well, time now for the 5 facts. At number 5, the APS School Board will have a first-of-its-kind look this morning. 4 new members were sworn in last night, including APS parent Courtney Jackson, early childhood advocate Crystal Tapia Romero, along with longtime APS teacher Josefina Dominguez and former teacher Danielle Gonzalez, who heads up the education policy organization New Mexico First. The 4 women joined 3 women already on the 7-member panel, making for the district's first all-female Board of Education. At number 4, a spike in car break-ins at the Petroglyph National Monument has officials issuing a warning to visitors. Almost all of last year's break-ins happened at the isolated Rinconada trailhead. Now, one of the members of the National Monument says that the thieves are targeting cars with valuables inside and adds that 70% of the break-ins are vehicles with out-of-state plates. Park officials are recommending people consider hiking in other areas of the monument. The National Monument says if you see any suspicious activity to call their dispatch.
And at number 3, we are seeing those cold temps across the east today. We'll only be making it into the 20s and 30s for the Northeast Highlands and East Plains. Be sure to keep around those warmer winter layers.
At number 2, a CYFD foster teen is now speaking out this morning after she says that she and many others were forced to sleep on the floor of the CYFD offices because they did not have a home for them. The state then decided to move 14 of the teens to the Albuquerque Girls Reintegration Center, which usually houses juvenile criminals. Well, the center was vacant at the time, but the foster teen says that they were treated as inmates, which escalated problems with the staff there. CYFD says that they will no longer be housing foster teens at the center as of January 14th. And at number 1, the CDC is estimating around 95% of the positive cases in the state are related to the Omicron variant. State Health Secretary Dr. Davis Grace says that New Mexico is on track for Omicron to take over soon. The good news here is that health officials say that this strain of COVID may be easier to catch and so far is giving those infected less risk of severe symptoms. COVID-related deaths and hospitalizations are down but still high. Meanwhile, health officials are hoping to see those numbers decrease in the next few weeks. They say if you're able to track down a home test that comes back positive, the Department of Health says to trust it and not look for a PCR test.